So apparently Zeno posted a new video. Dawn True is simultaneously the best and worst 14 expansion. Zeno rants. Apparently the comments are wow. Now before I watch this video, I'm gonna tell you right now, Zeno is now a sellout in his YouTube. Zeno says more honest things on stream, but when he do something for YouTube, he's a sellout. He will say good and bad things. Zeno is the politician here. Zeno will tell you that our tax is at an all-time high, but the tax is only for rich people, and the money will go to building better roads and facility for the lower income. That is what Zeno is right now. He will never tell you something is bad, and he will never tell you something is good. He will be the sinner and the nun at the same time. This video is probably him going back and forth. This is good, this is bad, this is bad. Yeah, okay? This is what I expect.
I've ever experienced at Final Fantasy, but honestly, it's disheartening how the negativity surrounding the expansion, especially MSQ, has completely overshadowed all the amazing things. I mean, see, I agree with this 100%.
I also agree. This is actually true. There's a lot of content. But dude, Square Enix got this ingredient to cook, but Square Enix don't know how to cook with them. Have you guys watched MasterChef? You got this person that really know how to cook, but doesn't know how to plate. This guy put out amazing food, but then when you see him work in the kitchen, you see fire, you see him cut his finger, you see him forgot to turn off the fire. You know what I mean? They got the right ingredient, they don't know how to cook it.
Ass hurt motherfuckers about the story is just, it's hilarious to me, man. Because this expansion, no meme, I'm not fucking joking, okay? This expansion has been awesome for battle content, okay?
True.
Now, again, this is one of those things where, remember how I said that just because you don't like something doesn't make the person that does like it doesn't invalidate that, right? Let's look at the content in this expansion, right? We got Chaotic Alliance. That was brand new content. That is some of the best content ever added to the game. Literally ever added to the game.
It is, but sadly, nobody ever get to enjoy it. Nobody get to enjoy it enough. It's too short-lived. Some people never even get to farm it. Some people never even get to do it, and then it's over. You got this really nice steak, but nobody get to finish it. Last order at 10:30 p.m. And then your customer ordered the steak at 10:30, and then it took you 20 minutes to cook the steak. And then when the steak comes out, the customer got the steak, and then you tell the customer the restaurant is closing in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? That's chaotic, you know?
And some people are complaining about not being able to plug it and shit. And my explanation for that is you just suck. You're horrible.
I mean, not wrong. But the reason why they cannot plug it is because there was no time. There was no time before the next content took over. Chaotic is not casual content, right? Chaotic is like a mid-core and content, right? So if those people can't even get to plug that, and then the Savage is coming, of course they're going to be plugging Savage. They won't be plugging Chaotic. They don't have time. They just don't have time.
Because I have pugged it off stream. I have crawled through victories in that fight. You're just bad. That's all it is. That's literally all it is you're just bad. That's it. And you don't know how to handle it. That's it. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I have pugged this shit, okay, many times. If I can clear on Reaper, okay, I'm the wheelchair Reaper, all right? If I can clear on that shit in a complete pug, then anybody can do it. So I don't want to hear your shit. Just say, hey.
If my wife can plug it and clear it, anybody can. I am not trying to shit my wife on her birthday right now, but if my wife is not a very good player. My wife is a casual player. My wife play for fun. My wife is 40-year-old like me. We are slow. We are lethargic. But if my wife can clear it, anybody can.
Hey, I'm bad and I can't.
Oh, by the way, Zeno is also 40, so
can't do it. That's it. The current rate tier is a 10 out of 10, man. It is amazing. The current rate tier is awesome. It's one of the best rate tiers they've ever released.
I agree. Yeah.
Dude, it's insane. Every single extreme trial in this expansion has been awesome, okay? Has been amazing.
Zelania is kind of Spin is pretty good. Zoroja is okay.
Byakuya being the Unreal. Now that's cringe as f. Suzaku, it's okay. It's whatever. The next one is going to be even better, okay? So I'll give you Byakuya, all right? But to be fair, it's just an Unreal and kind of who the f cares?
I was just about to say that Unreal, I don't really care. It's not new content.
But whatever. Anyway,
right.
You have the first rate tier. Now, the first rate tier wasn't a 10 out of 10, but it was still pretty good. It was way better than Anabasios, that's for.
How does Zeno say 9 good things and say 1 wrong thing? Lightweight is garbage. How is lightweight better than Anabasios? Anabasios is way better than lightweight.
sure. Yeah, it was easier, but it was much more fun. Okay, and I care about fun over difficulty.
No, lightweight was not fun at all. There was nothing about lightweight that was fun. Honeybee Lovely was disappointing. Normal mode was more fun. Brute Bomber is neither more difficult nor more fun than the classic turn 3 execution. Turn 4 was a major disappointment. It's an EX trial at best. I would say Black Cat out of the 4 turns is the most fun one. And even that is kind of reaching. So I don't know what Xeno is talking about here.
Okay, to a certain extent, all right? Some things can't be too fun and too easy, but at the same time, you can't have something be too hard. Because if something's too hard and obnoxious, then it's not fun, okay? You have to have a nice mix. And the closer to that mix is definitely the first rate tier, not Anabasos, okay? Now, there were some good things about Anabasos, right? Like the...
Everything about Anabasios is good, except LED Burst. The first boss is amazing. The second boss is the best. Athena, phase 1 is okay, phase 2 is alright. Phase 1 is good, phase 2 is alright. LED Burst is boring, sure, but if I compare Anabasios of what I just said to lightweight, clearly lightweight is bad and worse. But then again, lightweight is the first tier, so...
P10 was very good. You know what I mean? It was very good. It was one of the best second turns ever released. But my point here is that every single piece of battle content that they put in the game...
Nah, Athena P1 is really f***ing good, man. Athena P1 is so good, man. So well done. P2 is whatever. But Athena P1 is really good.
Has been really good, okay? Now, Fork Tower is also really good, but the implementation was complete ass.
True.
That doesn't mean the content was bad.
True.
I feel like the people that are super...
Like Lama says, your quality of life is not there, the accessibility is not there. So what if you serve a good medium rare steak? Nobody knows how to find you on Google Map. When you enter Google Map, Arthars Steakhouse, and you can't find it, who is gonna eat my steak? Who is gonna know that I serve the best steak in town? If my steakhouse have no parking, it doesn't matter whether I serve the best steak. No one is driving to my steakhouse. That is Fork Tower. You got 8 friends that want to meet up at Ank's Steakhouse to have a nice steak, and all your 8 friends are walking, driving, cycling, and they can't find place to park, chain their bike, get to a train station to walk to the store, then no, nobody is eating steak. Not all 8 people is gonna meet at yo, Arthars, where are you? Dude, we are... Yo. Arthars waifu, where are you? I'm lost. Wait, what do you mean you are lost? I can't find parking. Okay, can you park 5 blocks away? Okay, I'll try. I'll be there in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes later. Holy shit, man. Yo, is Arthars waifu coming? Where are you? I can't find parking. It's too far away. It's all crowded. Okay, I guess we are not eating today. That's what Fork Tower feels like. Good content, but holy man. People need to queue for 2 hours to proc a fight that is an EX trial difficulty.
Into the story of Final Fantasy. Not all of them, but I feel like a majority of them. I feel like that they are soft pillow bitches, and they are extremely petty, and they are the type of people that if you don't like the story, then they're going to tell you to like go off yourself and stuff. That's how I feel. Now you have that also on the other extreme. You have that also on like raiders and shit. They like shit on, I feel like that more times than not, very skilled players at the game are not like that. I have only met a couple of very, very good players. Well, I guess it's been more than a couple, been a few. Don't get me wrong, they do exist. But I feel like that more hardcore raiders are less likely to on the opposite end of the spectrum. Whereas like on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have like super hardcore players that are purely into the story and are complete dog at the game and have no intention of getting better at the game and play it as a single player game. And that's fine if you want to do that. But the problem arises when you start to shit on other people for enjoying things that you don't. That's the problem. And
true.
I feel like that there's more of that on the story
Casual
side
part,
than there is on the rating side.
Because there's more people who are casual. There are more toes to step on.
Because the rating side, I feel like that they're, I guess, more busy because they're actually playing the f***ing game. They also don't care. Like me, I'm pretty f***ing good at Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm not the best. I'm never going to be the best. And there's a lot of people that are better than me. But I'm pretty f***ing good. Now, I don't care how good someone is at the game. I really don't. I don't care if you have cousins. I don't care about a lot. Like, how you enjoy the game is how you should enjoy the game. If you don't raid, that's completely fine by me. I don't care. You don't have to raid. And let's say that me and you are in a party finder together. Okay, let's say you're antisocial. Let's say that I don't know, man, you're not good at the game. Let's say you're self-conscious. As long as you try and we can clear, I don't care. Like, I don't care how bad you are at the game. It's like if you die over and over and over again, as long as we clear, that's fine by me. Because I've had people before that have been on stream with me, right? They will.
Okay, so he talked about that, but have he talked about the opposite? What if those people are bad at the game and they don't clear? Then is he mad?
Will be in a party finder with me and they will die like over and over and over again. And they will actually send me a message apologizing. And I'm like, hey man, I appreciate the apology, but you don't have to send it to me, dude. You didn't do anything wrong. We got the clear. Like, what does it matter? If you get the clear, we got the clear. You know, like I try to help him, right? I'm like, yo, you crawled so I could run. And what do I mean by that? I mean that because you were so bad and you died so much, it gave me the perfect kill time and I got a nice 100, okay? So we can share that 100 because that 100 that I got is because of you, okay? So I try to make it feel better. You know, well, I mean,
that is if you clear again.
It's true. That's the truth. It's the truth. If you want 100, you got to have a good kill time. That's not toxic. It's not. You guys are laughing because you know it's true. Like, I agree with everything of this. No cap, no meme. To me, this is so far one of, if not the best expansions. To me. And here are my reasons. The battle content. The battle content has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been insane. This expansion reminds me a lot of Stormblood. How many people in chat were actually playing back when Stormblood came out? Because this reminds me a lot about it. So for those of you that don't know, Stormblood got shit on too. People hated Lise, and they didn't like the story. Now, okay, the hate that people had for Stormblood story is nothing in comparison. Battle content doesn't matter to many. If the story attached to it sucks, it impacts the immersion. See, that's your opinion though. That's your opinion. And I disagree with that opinion. See, I'm actually on the opposite. The story doesn't matter to me at all. It doesn't impact my immersion whatsoever. I think that if you're immersed by the story, that's great for you, but not for me. I don't give a shit. I don't know who any of these characters are. And the reason why is because your perspective is just different from mine. You don't care about mechanics. You don't care about like rotations. You don't care about actual battle content. And that's fine that you don't. I would disagree that word many is because right now, people collectively hate Wook-Lamat. Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think some of that hate comes from the actual voice actress? Because I do. I think that she is insufferable and she's obnoxious. And I think that that bleeds into the game. So like, let me throw a scenario on you.
I have no idea who the voice actor actresses is, and I don't really care. All I care is it well done? And the answer is it's not well done. How do I know that it's not well done? They have to re-record it. And that's all the justification I need, that the voice acting is not good. But if I go to an exam and you expect me to score a 70 and I don't score a 70, I think you should be mad at me. But if I go to the exam and you didn't give me any expectation and I score a 45, I don't think you should be mad at me. But am I bad? I am bad. Should I have tried harder? I should have tried harder. Did I fail? I failed. But hey, you didn't check on me. You didn't make sure that I studied. You never make sure that I'm prepared to go into the exam. You just expect me to put out something. You just expect me to attend the examination. But I did bad. I am wrong. But you are also wrong for over-expecting. So that's my problem with Dawn Trail. That's my problem with the Wook-Lamat. they didn't quality control properly. And maybe the voice actor actress decided to half-ass it. Probably laughing his ass off. Wait, they approved? Speed! Listen to me! They approved that? Send me that paycheck! You know what I mean?
Guys, let's say that the voice acting was bad, but the voice actress came out and was like, hey guys, sorry, but we're going to have to redo some parts. You know, this and this happened. What if her approach was much different? Now, I really feel like that if she wasn't such an insufferable, the perspective would be a lot better. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like that a lot of people will tie a person to the character, either subconsciously or consciously. It's not the voice acting. I don't know. Have you heard Splain? Are you sure about that? I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, now that's true.
Ooh. Who is the guy that say that it's not about the voice acting? Oh, God.
Too, right? You didn't know anything about the voice actor until long after. So I am in the same boat as you, actually, because I thought the voice acting was dog shit. Even before I knew she was trans, before I knew any of that shit. Like, basically, I was one of those people that got blamed for being transphobic for not liking the voice actor. When it had nothing, like, I didn't even know who the voice actor was.
Yeah.
Like, that voice actor is the same person that said people were racist for not liking Smile or whatever the fuck it is. She compared Smile to, like, black gospel music. And she said something like, if you don't like it, then you're... She didn't say exactly that, but you know what I mean. All right, guys, look, I'm going to tell you this.
Dude, Smile is a good song, but poorly implemented into the game. The parts that they put Smile into the game doesn't make any sense. A good music completely misused. And it turns out that that will be the legacy of that music. Whenever you hear Smile moving forward, you will think of those cringe, doesn't make any sense scene that they put it in. It's something you cannot erase anymore. You know what I mean?
If you argue with anybody online, okay, the first things they're going to call you is homophobic, transphobic, a groomer, a racist, abuser, I don't know. Oh, yeah, liberal or right wing or whatever, you know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got the politics in there too.
I have
They're
no
going to say
idea
you
what all
support
these
genocide.
words are.
There's all these new you know what I mean? Like, we're slowly transitioning away from like and groomer into political stuff and genocide supporter. We're slowly transitioning. So like probably in a year when people argue online, they're not going to call each other like groomers, and are going to call each other like political insults. It's like, dude, it has nothing to do with gender or race, brother. And it has everything to do with spleen. It has to do with that. Like, how can you think that's good? Dude, I'm going to be real. When I did the story version of that Primal, that was awkward as shit. It was bad, bro.
Dude, now that is true. Now, a lot of people probably don't remember, but at least for me, I want you guys to think back. The very first time you did Torden, the very first time you did Shinryu, the very first time you did Hades, and the very first time you did Endsinger, have you ever felt more awkward than doing spin? The spin was so bad. Like that scene when she break through the barrier and she came in, I'm just like, what the f***? Shinryu was picked. For me, Shinryu was picked. That was the first time I think Soken outdid himself. Dude, this part is goosebump. This is peak right here. Not just the fight, the music. Everything was peak here for me. This one till today is my favorite MSQ finale. Dude, this music is so good, man. Storm's Blood, listening to this in the orchestra was peak. Eorzea Symphony, if you haven't been there, you need to go to one. Eorzea Symphony is the best. I don't even think if you put Smile in there or Spin in there, it's gonna be as good. Hell, man. All the way till Endwalker, the game was just... Okay, now we are talking about the MSQ portion, the finale, the stuff, because that's what most of the orchestra music are based on, the finale. Let me tell you, man, like, up to Endwalker, everything was big. Dawn Trail suddenly just flipped the switch. Everything felt awkward. Voice acting awkward, main protagonist NPC awkward, the fight itself is awkward, where she comes in is awkward. Dawn Trail just doesn't rub right so far. Hey, in 2 weeks, we're gonna get the finale. There's only 30 minutes left of potential cutscene that can save Dawn Trail. But at the same time, that will be the last 30 minutes we have to tolerate Dawn Trail, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We have survived Dawn Trail story. As bad as it is, as dry as it is, as shit as it is, as much as you don't like it, we have 30 minutes left of cutscene. 7.3, we finish it, we go to a brand new chapter, we face the new enemy, we go to the new expansion, hopefully things is better. But, we only got 30 minutes of Dawn Trail left. Okay? Is it gonna save the story? Absolutely no way. We are just hoping that they cut the baby cord already. The baby is struggling, the baby is crying, the baby has the umbilical cord around her neck. We are trying to save it, we saved it, now just cut the cord, give the baby to the mom, and then we set sail in the sunrise. That's it. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Anyway, it's very funny to me how we went from, if you dare say anything bad about 14, then you're going to be like crucified. We went from that to, if you dare say anything good about 14, you're going to be crucified. Like, that's just so funny to me, man. That's so funny to me because all of this that people are complaining about. You got the friends list, the tome cap, all of this I have been saying for fucking years. And finally, after all of this time.
See, this is what I said a lot of time. A lot of things me, Zeno, and Llama says are not wrong. But the timing is wrong. I should not have said Lightweight was bad 2 days after its release. I finished Lightweight in 2 days, and I go to the China Fan Fest. I immediately asked Yoshi P, why is the Lightweight DPS check so bad? And everybody was on me. Everybody said, what the fuck are you talking about? It was okay. 2 days after clearing the ultimate, I say that the ultimate was bad. Some of these things are true, but you cannot say it too early. Because when you say it too early, those people who haven't enjoyed it, those people who haven't seen the cracks in the war yet, they think that there's nothing wrong with it. You need to give them time. After a while, they will all agree with you. 450 tome caps. This one is the most infamous one. 450 tome cap. 450 tome cap is too little. It needs to be raised to 600 to 900. What the f do you mean? I already barely cap every week. I have to do this, and I have to do expert roulette 4 times a week. That's too much work. And also, I only play one job. Why do I need more tome cap? You let them play for a year. You let them play for an expansion. You let them play more than one job. They will now understand why 450 tome cap is not fine. And now they are the one that will say, why are we still 450 tome cap? The same guy who shit on you before, that says that you are wrong, and you should not be playing other more jobs. Not everybody is a raider. Has now become a raider themselves, try hard themselves, multiple job gamer, omni players themselves, and then now they're gonna tell you that 450 tomes is bad.
It's almost like someone finally listened to something that I said. Holy shit. And I told you guys, I'm like one of those nice...
And me, Zeno, and Llama are the people that people hate the most. Because we are the asshole that says, I told you so. Nobody ever want to be that guy, right? I told you so. That guy is the asshole. That guy is not wrong. But the guy is the asshole. That's why I told Llama. And honestly, I thought Llama posting that wasn't like a bad timing or anything. Literally post live letter. He waited for 1 month to type those things. I think it's pretty fair and reasonable that the timeline Llama put out that post. I don't think there's anything wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people like dude, you guys, after 1 month sees the live letter, after looking at the statistics, this is the part where I don't know whether people actually even care. Like, I do care about this a lot because this tells me about the health of the game. If you can't buy a house, that means people are holding on dearly to them. People are staying sub. But when you see this is a red flag. This is telling people that people don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? And Llama waited 1 month for this to happen. This only happened this week, by the way. Exactly 1 month after the live letter. Okay? This only happens today, this week. Very, very recent, 2 to 3 days ago. It is only until 2 to 3 days ago there's a mass exodus of people dumping their houses, letting it finally letting it abolish. Yeah, this is recent. You know?
Shiny 8 balls. You know, you take the ball, okay? You take the ball. You rub the ball. Oh, shiny 8 ball. What will 14's future be? Let's shake it up. Oh, would you look at that? Look at that. You know what it says? It says, it's going to be fine. Yeah. It says it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Is it going to be fine?
This is going to be what's going to happen. We're getting the paint. Okay, so check.
I will also do a paint and see whether Xeno have the same paint, okay? I didn't pre-watch. So this is what we expected from Dawn Trail. Quality over time. Obviously, this is 7.0 and then obviously this is 7.5. Blue is expectation. I expected. This is what I expect the quality to be. A very gentle curve. This is what I expect the game to be. Red is reality right now, okay? Honestly, this is what it turns out to be. This one right here is 7.25. I don't think the game is in the bad shape right now. At this point, my expectation to reality, I think it matched. I think so. I think that we got a better Savage. I think we got the Chaotic. I think we got a few operations. I think we got our Fog Tower. We got our Cosmic Exploration. It is exactly what I think 7.25 the game will have. Like in terms of number of content, my expectation and the reality match. This part would be 7.1, which I am disappointed. Because I really thought that Ultimate FRU would be better. Now, this is my expectation. But turned out the FRU was here. FRU complete, like Eden, FRU, Gaia, Shiva, Ring, Shadowbringer Ultimate. I really thought that it will deliver. Ended up, FRU didn't deliver. But I do think that, you know, chaotic field operations, cosmic exploration, everything did brought everything back. But now we are expecting, here will be 7.3. I expect the second Ultimate to be good. I expect Criterion to be in. I expect the content to be in. I expect the quality to be in. Nope, we did not get it. Everything is gone. No Criterion, no Ultimate, everything is gone. Now, we are going to see a very steep slope here. Because within this period, they would have to deliver Criterion, Ultimate, Fog 2, Battle Savage, 8.0 job adjustments, limited job, chat bubbles, rate plan. Bro, they have to do all these things within this period. You guys believe that? So I think this is what Xeno is going to talk about. Xeno is going to talk about when all these things happen, 7.0 would be a good expansion. But the thing is, it's a lot of faith. A lot of faith from us, a lot of promises from them. I don't know. Even as a Final Fantasy XIV Lego White Knight, I am a Lego White Knight. I'm a Lego White Knight. I love this game. I love Yoshi P. I love Mr. Ozma. I love Soken. I love the dev team. I love this game to its core. This will be my last MMO that I will play and probably die in. I love this game, but even I myself don't believe it, man.
This is the timeline. Here, we're just going to name it this already. We're going to name it Zeno was right about everything. And if he isn't,
okay, completely different graph already.
Get 50 subs. Refer to this after next alt. Okay, or actually wait, around. Okay.
Okay. No. He's still on track doing what I think he's going to do. He's going to talk about how up till this point, everything was there, maybe not very well done, but at the end of the expansion, when the whole plate is being filled, it will be a good dish. I think. That's why he wants you to refer this around next Ultimate, which is 7.5. So when 7.5 and the next Ultimate comes out and everything is in place, this expansion will end up looking good. But the process, the journey was a bumpy one.
The bullet points here. Okay, we got current. I'm just gonna leave it, whatever. People know what I'm talking about. Game is dog shit. 3 out of 10. Now, patch 7.3 will release. Game will pick up a
5 out of 10
little bit. 5 out of 10. Around a month after 7.3.
4 out of 10.
Game is at its lowest.
4 out of 10.
Expect 2 out of 10.
Okay.
New Savage is released. Game is
8 out of 10.
Popping. Super good. Everyone. Oh wait, hold on.
8 out of 10.
Super good. Wook Lamau dies. Everyone is now happy.
Okay, 7 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9.
Okay, and finally, right here.
Okay. Nah. Maybe 7. Now, 7.5 is where the game will become 10 out of 10.
Ultimate is
Limited
released.
jobs.
Wook
Second
Lamau
Fog Tower.
again in ghost form. Game is perfect. 10 out of 10. Okay, this is my prediction.
This is true. I believe this. Except this part. I don't think it will be 9 out of 10 and 7.5. I think 7.4 will be 7 out of 10. If they put out a criterion here, if they put the content properly, I think it will be 7 out of 10. But 7.5 when the whole circle is complete. The ultimate is there. The second criterion is there. The Fog Tower is good. They fix all the queue well. Accessibility problem is solved. Story leads nicely into the next expansion. Yes. But at the moment, we are not there, right? At the moment, we are here. We will be going into here. We have not got here yet. If you guys think now is bad, wait till 2 months later. We haven't reached rock bottom yet. 7.3, 7.35 will be rock bottom.
Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely, I could be wrong. But this is my expectation, okay? This is the expectation I had, like, pretty much at the beginning of the expansion. Like, I don't know why everyone is surprised when they release these 7.
He's lying. I think Xeno expect here to be the 10 out of 10. Okay, you know what? my turn. This is my expectation. My expectation on game launch, honestly, was 8 out of 10. 7.3 release, I expect this game to be 9 out of 10. And then after that, below this, obviously, it will drop to 7 out of 10. And then here, it will be like 8 out of 10. And then eventually, it will end up with a 9 out of 10. This was my expectation. I never expect Dawn Trail to be a 10 out of 10, never. But this is my expectation. So this is what 7.3 did to me. I agree with this part. I think 7.3 will be a 2 out of 10. This is the only part here in the expansion that I was very disappointed. And I think that, yet again, the number speaks for itself. The players have spoken with their wallet. You see what I mean, guys? Numbers don't lie. I know how to extract information. I know what story this information tells. I'm telling you, the JP... Okay, to be honest, for Final Fantasy XIV, the JP will never die. Even if any EU, Oceanic, Southeast Asia die, JP will carry this game. JP will not go their back against Yoshi P. JP will not quit the game. JP will not let go of their houses. JP will not sub to the game. JP thinks that this game is fine. We, any EU, Southeast Asian, we don't think this game is fine. That's why we have a lot of people... Wow, Chaos so little... Wait, does Chaos not like houses or something? Okay, Ragnarok is Legacy. Yeah, a lot of people are speaking with their wallet right now. A lot of people are leaving the game. Siren, Aether, 15 pages of houses. A lot of Westerners are deserting the game right now. It's very...
7.3 patches. These 7.3 patches are typically dog unless an ultimate's attached to it. I don't know why this is surprising to people. So basically what I'm trying to say is I am not sad about 14. They are still...
JP saying it's fine. Yeah, JP don't... Okay, let's talk about the difference between the mentality. Westerners, I myself included, think that the game needs an overhaul. Think that the game needs to change something. Quality of life, quality of service. The game needs to find a way to change, to be better. Basically, refer to Llama's tweet. Everything Llama tweeted there is what we all think that the game needs to improve. Okay? Does the JP think like that? No. The JP probably think that, yeah, this thing could be better. Yeah, that thing could be better. Yeah, this can be improved. But overall, I don't think the game is bad. I enjoy the game. I will continue to sub to the game. You know, it will be better. We believe it will be better because it's Yoshi P. You know, JP mentality is like that. Different.
Still delivering what they're saying. When they first said all of the shit that was supposed to be in the game, they have delivered that thus far. Okay? They
have delivered it thus far until 7.3. The two things that 7.3 is missing is an ultimate and a criterion. Now, the ultimate is not cancelled. We will see in the 7.0 still, which is in 7.5. The criterion is the biggest elephant in the room. Criterion is clearly missing. And how do they cut corners with that? They decided to make one criterion boss and put it into Deep Dungeon. So rather than making a criterion and have 3 bosses, they decided that one of those bosses is going to be in Deep Dungeon and you get to do it optionally in level 99. They didn't take away the ultimate yet. They delay it into 7.5. But criterion is clearly the one that they cut out. They trim it.
Said we're getting 3 ultimates. So far, what have they not delivered on? I can't think of anything they haven't delivered on. Also, the expansion isn't over. They didn't deliver your hair. No. No. Not your hair. No. We're missing that. It's delayed. Been delayed for a decade, actually. I guess we're never going to get it. Just like the friends list. You're going to get hair before we... Yo, imagine that. Dude, yo, maybe I should go to Turkey, get a hair transplant, just so I can say, bro, I went bald and got a hair transplant before they fixed the friends list. Holy sh...
You know, I actually think he actually will do it. He's been saying this for a very long time already. He says that he wants to do it not because he wants hair. Zeno wants to do a hair transplant just so that he can have hair and then lose it again and he doesn't care. He just want to go and get a hair transplant just to tell his cheddar that he can have hair.
I mean, that's motivation enough right there. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine 10 years to fix a friends list? I went through the whole hair arc. I was like in the, you know, the griefing phase, then the coping phase, and then the no hairline phase, and just straight all bald for years. I finally go get a hair transplant, got a full head of hair just to shave it off again to meme about it, and still we don't have a working friends list. Insane. Insane. Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto's gonna come out too. Yeah, GTA 6.
Okay, yo. This is the thing about GTA 6. Okay, we're gonna derail a little bit. Can we all agree right now? It's not just Final Fantasy XIV and it's just not MMORPG. The entire gaming genre is struggling right now. Whether it's FPS, whether it's MOBA, whether it's mobile, whether it's gacha, whether it's MMO, whether it's JRPG, whether it's RPG, whether it's RTS, gaming in general is on a steep decline. Now, every once in a while, there will be a game that will bring back hope. Expedition 33, Fortnite, Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring. You know, can we all agree that every now and then there will be this one game that will bring back hope? But generally, the game is not doing that anymore.
How would you feel with this paid message if they released the next Ultimate the same way they did T? What if it was just around the corner, even though they didn't tell us?
I don't know, man, sir. That is a lot of copium, man. I mean, Foxclone already said that it will not be in 7.3. Foxclone already doubled down and reiterate from Yoshi P that it will not be in 7.3. So I don't think we will see it in 7.3. 7.5 for sure. I think. Again, I got my sources. But then again, my sources have disappointed me. That is why I am sitting on the fence now, believing or not believing anymore. But yo, Zer, thanks for the $50, man. Appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. I've been reading your message. But can we all agree? Okay, back to the point. Can we all agree that gaming in general is just on the decline? And video game companies just doesn't know how to make good video games anymore? What makes you guys think that GTA 6 will be good? What if GTA 6 fail? It has to be. I know it has to be. It must be. But what if GTA 6 is bad? It's f***ing over, man. Let me tell you. If GTA 6 is fail, it's f***ing over, man. Rockstar never disappointed. There's always a first. My wife didn't even disappoint me before. And today she wiped M8S 7 times in a row. I have never seen her play so bad before. I'm disappointed. I am mad. But at the same time, this is the only first time I see her play this bad. She's gonna go for her birthday party with her friends right now. She's gonna come back fresh. Tomorrow we go again. Hey, waifu? Tomorrow we go again. Tomorrow you come back. You'll be a different person. We clear your M8S tomorrow, okay?
This is what I think is going to happen. All right, now, is it going to happen? I really hope it does happen. I feel like that if people don't want this to happen, then you're probably just a little salty bitch that doesn't like good things. You know, for some reason, people get a kick out of like shitting on others. For like, let's say, okay, so like, let me give you an example. There's a lot of players that play WoW, and there's a lot of players that play 14. And for whatever reason, man, 14 players, some of them love to on WoW players and vice versa.
I did not hate WoW because of WoW. I hate WoW because of the community. And I personally seen it. There are nice people. I met a lot of nice people. But there's just a couple of shit. And then obviously the viewers that triggers me off. And that's why I don't play WoW anymore. That's why I quit WoW for now. For now, I'm never gonna say never. But right now, I got Guild Wars 2. Right now, I got Uma Musume. Right now, we still got Final Fantasy 14. And we're gonna have Ion 2. But for now, in the near foreseeable future, I don't think I will play WoW anymore.
WoW players love to shit on 14. And it's just very weird to me. It's very strange.
It's very cringe.
And the reason why
weird.
that's very strange is because what is another person's fun? How does it impact your life at all?
Exactly.
Like, if someone enjoys WoW, let them enjoy WoW. I mean, I don't. I just can't get into it. But that doesn't mean that I think it's a bad game. But
you know, I got one guildie. You guys know me about my WoW arc, right? My guildie never know who I was. My guildie never knew I play Final Fantasy 14. My guildie never knew I'm an ultimate raider. My guildie never knew I'm like a world racer or anything. So my guildie for the last 4 years didn't know who I was. And then Gwyn finally caught up, and then they start watching my stream. They start understanding who I am. They start knowing that I'm a Final Fantasy 14 player after 4 years. You know what one of my WoW guildies said to me? You are playing Final Fantasy 14? Why would you play Final Fantasy 14 and WoW at the same time? Why don't you just play WoW? Wait, hold up. You are raiding in 14 and raiding in WoW? That sounds like very uncommitted to me. Oh my god. You are progging Mythic Raid and progging Savage Raid? I'm sorry, I just can't fathom the fact. Can you imagine, Arthars, if you tell the players in the guild that you're progging in 2 games? I would never tell them that. That sounds like not committed. That sounds like you're double dipping. That sounds like you're not taking WoW seriously. I feel like I blew his mind. And you want to know what? He definitely went to tell the guild that I'm a Final Fantasy 14 player. And I was not committing. The very next day, I got let off the roster. Right after I cleared the Savage. I showed up to WoW Raid 15 hours after progging. And I got dropped that day. Bear in mind, that is also the time that my grandma passed away. My grandma passed away 3 days before the WoW season dropped. I got back, I grinded 3 characters, max eye level, and then after that mid-proc, I do savage progging for 3 days, never miss WoW raid. My father-in-law passed away. I got dropped because I wasn't committed.
Players. But we all know that they don't have a fucking opinion because they play a Korean game. Who the fuck?
Would you join the top 100 WoW guild? I did. I joined Idiot. I was given trial by Idiot before, but then I gave in to a new promise, empty promise actually, got betrayed, and I now went back to Idiot, and the raid lead is willing to give me a trial, probably next season, because I told him I am not gonna raid this next season, but I rejoined the guild, and the Idiot raid lead is a nice guy. He played Final Fantasy XIV, he understands players playing both games, he's got half the roster people playing both games. But I just told him I can't right now. So eventually, maybe if I go back to WoW one day, maybe we will talk about it. Maybe we'll raid.
You know what I mean? Some Korean trash pay to win shit. Who's going to take them seriously? But my point here is that it never makes sense to me why someone shits on another person for enjoying something. That never makes sense to me. You know, I have friends that are like really into WoW. They really love WoW. And I think it's awesome. There's a lot of systems about WoW that I think are amazing. And I wish 14 had. I wish, like, the thing is, I also look at it like from a non-MMO perspective too. Like let's take the game Dark Souls. I actually love Dark Souls. I jokingly shit on Dark Souls a lot, okay? But at the end of the day, I actually don't like the sluggish combat. Okay, it's just not for me. Now, people will call me bad. That's fine. Look, man, I don't care. Look, I'm not trying to shit on Dark Souls. I actually really love Dark Souls. One of my favorite speed runs is actually Dark Souls. I love watching very skilled players play that game. And I also like watching very players play the game. It's very good. It's very entertaining. It's just I don't like the controls, man, and I wish I could. I really do. But just because I don't like the controls doesn't mean that I don't like it, like watching the game or enjoying the game. I'll give you another example. Let's look at the Ultimate. You know, when the Ultimate is released in Final Fantasy, there's a lot of people that don't do Ultimate. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to ask the question right now. How many people on like Twitch, YouTube, streaming platforms, how many of you might not do the Ultimate, but you love watching it? Like you love the hype that an Ultimate brings. You love the community when they release an Ultimate, man, it is unrivaled by any Final Fantasy content that ever exists, man. You can say whatever you want about the story, about anything, but none of it touches the hype that an Ultimate will bring, dude. None of it. It's not even close. And I know it's not even like this is something you can't even argue with me on because I do this for a living. And trust me, okay, I know how much hype an Ultimate brings. Okay? That's not an argument you're going to win. My point being is that just because you don't play something or you don't do something, it doesn't mean that you're not going to enjoy it. This whole mentality of people within the community like shitting on each other for enjoying or because the story is bad right now, like basically there's this big, I guess, what is anti-hype? I guess doom posting. There's doom posting about how bad Final Fantasy XIV is. And I'm going to be the first to say that this is actually one of my favorite expansions. The reason why it's one of my favorite expansions is because of the battle content.
Wrong. The reason why this is one of the best expansion is because Endwalker was so bad. Shadowbringer was okay, but COVID marred it, and we cannot blame Shadowbringer for it. But if you think about it, the last time we get a really good expansion is Storm's Blood. So this one turns out to be the best expansion because the last two expansion was lacking.
Battle content in this game is awesome, dude. It is awesome. It is so good that I am actually super excited for 7.3. Even though it's only going to be like a 1 day, 2 day thing for me, I'm still going to farm the Primal. Well, assuming it's good, I'm still going to farm the Primal. You know, I'm still going to do the 24-man because that shit is fun. I'm not saying that the story is good, but to say that the entire expansion, because the story is bad, that is just wrong. Those people are just flat out wrong. They're just...
So that's where the YouTube hate comes in. This statement he say right here is why the YouTube hate comes in. All these people say that Xeno is wrong because the story is the most important part. Yeah, the story is the main selling point for many people. So if the story sucks, the game sucks. Simple. This is why all this comment comes in.
Mad because their story sucks. That's it. But like people like myself, I am used to this. And the reason why I'm used to this is because as a raider in this game, we are typically starved for content. What I mean is, is that like if you play this game purely to raid, you are going to have the mentality that you are going to be starved for content, because this game releases content like raiding and slow. We get content every 6 months, and it's only for raiders.
Especially
what?
Right now,
there is more content released in this game for casuals than anything else. Casuals, which are 85% of the player base, and you don't get anything. Okay, look, man, I'm just gonna ban you. I'm just gonna ban you because you are so stupid. Okay.
Okay, casuals. Final Fantasy XIV didn't give you nothing. You chose to do nothing. Extreme Trial Savage, especially the first raid here, is not hard. If you are playing a Final Fantasy game, you can play... Okay, look. Go and play every Final Fantasy game. What are the two things that is most important in a Final Fantasy game? Number one, story. Number two, combat. PvE is important in any Final Fantasy game. PvE content, music, story are the three most important things that constitutes a Final Fantasy game. So, in Final Fantasy XIV, if you enjoy only the story, and you do a brain dead dungeon, that's not PvE. You have to do normal mode, you have to do extreme road, and then maybe sometimes you attempt Savage. Do you need to clear Savage? No. Do you need to clear an ultimate? No. You need to attempt it. You need to play the content. The content is there. You just don't do it. Because on the other hand, on the JP community, the most casual of scum JP players will do Savage. Because they know it's achievable, because they know it's part of the content that they are being given, and because it's part of the content, they feel compelled that they have to do it. They have to attempt it, even if they don't clear it. Whereas on the West, right, you motherfuckers are just, if I can't clear it, it's not for me. If I can't clear it, why bother? And then because of that, you guys think that because I can't do it, I can't clear it, and then I bother with it, therefore it's not a content for me. No, you don't do it. That's not because they didn't give you content. Now, after you do it, there is a long drag before the next Savage. There's a long drag before the next ultimate. That is true. There is a drought regardless. But to say that the game don't release any content for you, now the content lasts too long, that's just whether you're casual, mid-core, veteran raider, that is the truth. I don't think an ultimate is too long. I think a Savage is too long. Ultimate timing is okay. I think every 9 months, one ultimate, 9 months for players to clear an ultimate on content, I think it's fine. But Savage, because Savage is now not that difficult, not that prestigious anymore, not like the true end game anymore. Savage lasting 8 months, 9 months is way too long. Right? But Savage is a content even casual can enjoy. Not clear, but can enjoy. You just choose not to do it. So you cannot say they didn't put out content for you. You just don't want to do it, right?
Okay, so you need to change your Twitch handle to banned chatter, okay, instead of ignored chatter. So you can get the fuck out of here. Just put in an unban request later. You probably can't even hear me, but put in an unban request later and I'll unban you. But I'm not having this conversation with you. I've already covered that in a different video. You have casuals complaining that they don't release content when they release content for casuals more than any other player in this fucking game. Like, what kind of sense does that make? And the thing is that like Dawn Trail, we're getting more content in Dawn Trail than any other expansion.
And more easier so far. We got the easiest Savage, we got the easiest Ultimate so far. So you can't even say that it's out of reach. Bro, my wife cleared an Ultimate on content. My wife is a casual player.
Any other expansion, we are getting more in this expansion than any
my
other.
Wife cleared.
And people are still pissed. More than Stormblood? Yes,
5
because
days before
in
7.0.
Stormblood we got Heaven on High and we got Eureka, right? So in this expansion, we're gonna get that new deep dungeon, and then we got OC. But what we did not get in Stormblood was we did not get the Unreal. The Unreals weren't in Stormblood, and also the Chaotic Alliance wasn't in Stormblood. So this expansion, we are literally getting more content than any other expansion. It's a wild take that Dawn Trail has more content than Endwalker. What?
No. That's not a wild take. Endwalker had nothing. Who asked that? Let me guess. The chatter think that good story is content? Dude, Endwalker had nothing. Endwalker was bare bones.
What? How is that wild? Do people even know what the f came out and what? Wait, hold on. Now I gotta ban you, man. Who the f said that? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You gotta get the f out of here, okay? I'm sorry, man. Put in an unban request later, okay? I gotta ban you because I banned that other idiot. I gotta remain fair, okay? I gotta remain fair. See, and these are the type of people that have no f***ing clue what the f came out when. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here's what I want you to do. For everybody trying to prove me wrong that we are getting no content in Dawn Trail, I want you to look at everything they've released thus far. And then I want you to go back to literally any other expansion. Okay? Literally any other expansion. And I want you to compare the release of thus far. I'm not saying the whole expansion. I'm saying up until this point. I want you to compare. Now, I want you to remember that. Man, who the f am I taught? Man, ain't nobody gonna do that. Okay, look, we are getting more The people that are saying that Dawn Trail doesn't have any content, they literally have no clue what they're talking about. Shouldn't we have more content since the game grew bigger? Yes, but that's not how Square Enix works. MMOs are a business. You think that just because the game is bigger, we're going to get more content?
I mean, we should. If you make more money, I do expect you to pump in the money for more content. And so far they did. So far they did. Like Zeno says, right? We did get Chaotic. We did get Cosmic Exploration. We got few operations back. So we did. So they did give us more things. Just the way they do it. Just the quality of life. The implementation. Right? Just bad. But we did get more things. But if you make more money, yes, you should give us more content. And so far they did. So Zeno is kind of like right and wrong at the same time, but he doesn't know.
What? No. No. It's typically the other way around.
I like how he literally said less than 30 seconds ago that there is more content and nobody can dispute that. And then now he's like, no.
The game gets bigger and they're going to be like, okay, well, let's just keep it the same because we don't need to add anything anymore because, well, we're really popular and all that. Like,
oh, we did get more content.
Bro. Okay, in all seriousness, Dawn Trail has more content thus far than any other expansion. You can agree with that, you can disagree with that, but it is objectively true.
So they did make more money and therefore they give us more content. Just not the way we want it to be.
Unless I'm crazy. I don't think I'm crazy, but it's possible. Anyway, look, we're getting off topic, getting off subject. The most important thing here is that this is what I think the timeline of the remainder of the expansion is going to be. Okay? This is what I think is going to happen.
Dude, all it takes is this ultimate to not be released and Zeno will lose 50 subs. It's not like it matters anyway. It's only 50 subs. 50 subs is chump change to him, but all it takes is no ultimate and or no limited job and or no price. There's a lot of possibility that this will not be a 10 out of 10 at the end.
I think the current game is dog shit. I just think
that there's too much content. Like that's just too much that they have to deliver here. If they spread it out, it would be fine. But they have to put out so much here. I don't know whether they can.
Because it's in a lull. It's supposed to be dog shit because there's nothing to fucking do. Okay. Well, for a lot of people, it's in between patches. This is normal. Okay. This is normal. People that are saying and getting upset because it's happening, they haven't played the game. They don't know, like they're not used to these lull points, okay? 7.3 is going to come out. It is going to pick up a little bit because I do think that the Extreme will be good. I have high expectations for the Extreme, and my reason being is because the other Extremes were awesome. I think this one is going to be good too. The battle content in this expansion is amazing. So logic would suggest that the upcoming content is going to be good too. Will it? I don't know. I think it's going to be. It could also be shit. The 24-man is going to come out. There's going to be a new Unreal, a much better Unreal. Okay, so we're getting new shit. Okay, then later we're going to get the Deep Dungeon, which a lot of people enjoy Deep Dungeon. You know, I'm going to do Deep Dungeon at least once. You know, I'm going to run through it at least one time. So there's going to be that. You're also going to be able to level in Deep Dungeon as well. So it's going to hit like multiple, demographs or whatever. You know, so the game will pick up a little bit. Okay, right here. Now, after a month or so, the game is going to be really because people, they're going to be done with the 24-man. They're going to be done with the Extreme. Pretty much the only recurring content is going to be the Deep Dungeon, that like barely, that type of shit. So the game is going to be really, really bad. Okay, guys, expect an Exodus or whatever, okay? Then the new Savage is going to be released. That shit is going to be popping, dude. It's going to be I have high hopes that the raid tier is going to be very good. It's going to be really, really awesome. Wook Lamau is going to get abducted by aliens or shit. And not only are the story Andes happy, but also the Raiders are happy. The game is going to be great. And then Ultimate is going to be released. And there's going to be so much fucking hype. People are going to be progging the Ultimate. There's going to be a lot of stuff to do. Somewhere in here, we're going to get another Fork Tower. We're going to get another Criterion. The implementation of the Fork Tower is guaranteed to be different, or at least a little better to where you can queue in. There's going to be a lot of good things coming up, but you have to go down first before you can go back up. Okay? It's going to have like, what do you call it? Like a rebound effect or some shit. This is what I think. So maybe I'm wrong, and I really hope that I'm not wrong, because I think this benefits everybody, right? Like, I feel like that this timeline benefits everybody. The story Andes are happy. The Raiders are happy. You can mix in like, you know, some more casual content, some more mid-core content. Basically, my mentality, man, is I want everybody to be happy playing this game. Let me ask you guys.
Okay, Zeno only says that because right now he's got zero interest in the game. Ever since the announcement of no Ultimate, Zeno doesn't give a fuck about this game. Okay, let's be really honest. Zeno is not even playing the game half the time anymore compared to before. Zeno doesn't even PF as much as he used to anymore. Zeno still doesn't know how to pull ads. Zeno still doesn't know how to pull the yen and the mu in turn 2, man. He still doesn't. Till today, he still doesn't. Because he has never done it in parks. Ever since the Ultimate got delayed, I don't think he give a fuck about the game at this point. Like this point, mainly this point. Like I think he knows that obviously the Savage is good, and obviously, I mean, fill in the blank, right? If Ultimate is not in here, and if the Ultimate is still in this expansion, then the Ultimate has to be here. So he's going in with the expectation, which is right, proper expectation, that 7.4 and 7.5 to him as a raider, it will be great. Yes, but you cannot ignore the fact that they dropped the ball here big time. This 7.3, they dropped the ball hard. So you can't just say that because 7.4 and 0.5 is going to be great. I believe it will be great also. But you can't excuse 7.3. 7.3 is going to be the worst patch in the worst expansion thus far. And then eventually at 7.5, this will be the best expansion in terms of content release. Quantity of content release. Quality remains to be seen. Quantity, this expansion will be the best at the end if they deliver all of the above. But that doesn't make it a point that this game right now is at the lowest point. Fork Tower not properly implemented. People want to do it, they can't. Ultimate is gone. There's nothing much in 7.3. Chaotic doesn't carry over. Nobody's doing them anymore. It only lasts 2 months. This is a void. This thing, like he literally typed it out also. This 2 out of 10 to this 9 out of 10 is a real low point. Should every game have a low point like this? No. Your game should be consistent. Like just now when I talk about the MS Paint, your game release should be this consistent. Your content release shouldn't be like this. It must be consistent. It needs to be a gradual, gentle curve. Up and down is sub count. Sub count goes up, sub count goes down. But the content releases cannot be up and down. It cannot be random. It needs to be consistent.
And this might be a stupid question, right? How many people started to play this game and it changed their life? And when I say change your life, it doesn't have to be some drastic change. But let me tell you my experience. Because me, it changed my life. It changed my life because I met some of my best friends, okay? Not me, not really, not you. Okay, well, for me and my experience, it changed my life. It gave me not only a career,
but this shouldn't be... Okay, I don't know what he's gonna say, but this shouldn't be a factor with all this. Like, this game also changed my life, but the game is right now. I love Yoshi P, but if he doesn't deliver, then he's doing a bad job.
Also, some of the best friends that I've ever met. You know, a friend of me said the other day, and I always thought it was weird. She wanted like more people in RL. And I thought to myself, why? Because I actually value people like my friends online. I value them just as much as people I've met in real life. Some of the best friends that I've ever had, I've actually met online. One of the best friends and one of the best people that I've ever met was Marlby. Marlby did more for me than almost any friend that I knew. Marlby was my roommate. Right? Now, we're not roommates anymore because
Yeah,
he ended
moved
up
out,
moving in with his girlfriend, like across the country. But the reason why Marlby is such an important person to me in my life, now we don't really talk too much anymore. I mean, we're not like on bad terms or anything. It's just one of those things where like you ever have
Move
a
on.
friend
Yeah.
and you just go different paths in life. You know what I mean? And he's like one of those people. He's one of those people that even though we haven't spoke in like, I don't know, a few months, you can pick up the conversation exactly where you left it off. For those of you that don't know, before I became a streamer, okay, so I was like, well, I guess it was in my very early phases. So I was like 29 years old at the time. I'm 40 now. So this was like 11 years ago. I met Marlby through Final Fantasy 14. And this is why Final Fantasy 14 is always so special to me, man. That's why I'm always going to play this game. I will, like Final Fantasy 14 for me is like a marriage. I'm going to stay with this game through the up.
Yeah, I mean, same, but there's no correlation to bad content releases and bad planning. We can't give them a pass just because of that. Am I going to quit the game? No. Am I going to continue to play the game? Yes. But we can't give them a pass, you know?
Downs. I'm going to love this game because this game changed who I am as a person. And I know that sounds stupid, but there's a lot of events in my life that tie directly to this game. Marlby, I met him playing this game and we knew each other for a year.
Hey, Cycle needs to go back to 3.5 months. Yeah.
And, you know, we talked, we hung out, we raided together and all that shit. And then the place I was living became like unsustainable for me because I was so ridiculous.
Dude, I don't want to ask Yoshi P this. I mean, let's be honest, I maybe will never see Yoshi P again because I'm not going to FanFest, etc. anymore. If I do see him again, I'm going to ask him. And this is going to be such a bad question to ask. Now that our patch cycle is 4.5 months, we were promised more things, but how come things got worse? Can somebody please escort this guy out of the premises?
Ridiculously broke, like living paycheck to paycheck, eating Chef Boyardee,
I don't know whether I
you know,
can,
ramen noodle, like 10-cent ramen noodles, that kind of broke. I'm talking broke, bro. Okay, so I was talking to Marlby and I said, hey man, you know, because Marlby lived on his own. He had a 1-bedroom living on his own. I'm like, hey man, you know, we should move in together, save some money. And I'd said it jokingly. You know, it was one of those half jokes. It's like when you're talking to somebody, right, that you're romantically interested in, and you're like, oh man, you would look great in that. And like, you're half saying, hey, try it on and send me a picture. But you're also saying, you know, you're saying like two things at once, right? Gauge. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what I was doing with Marlby, but in a heterosexual way, not in a homosexual way, okay? And he was like, yeah, sure, let's go, man. Yeah, I'm down. Let's get an apartment. And I was like, wait, really? Really? Now keep in mind, this is a person that lived multiple states across. So for those of you that don't live in the States, because like, you know, United States is huge in comparison to some other countries. So to give you an example of how far away me and Marlby originally lived from each other, it took me 11.5 hours driving time to get here.
Why don't you just take a plane? Driving 11, I don't even want to think about it. Driving 11 hours?
So that's how far away it was. So like, you know, plane, it's not that bad, but when you're driving, it took 11.5 hours. So I had to drive that 11.5 hours.
Oh, what?
Okay? So we ended up getting in a place together. Now that allowed me to not only stream full time, stream full time, but
okay. During that time, he was broke as f. Yeah. During that time, streaming wasn't a thing. During that time, Twitch was so small. There was no Prime, there's no Gifted, there's no tier 3s. We don't make money. Yeah, we don't make money.
Granted, during this time, I wasn't making any money. I was still living paycheck to paycheck. But my point being is that he helped me. He helped me out by getting an apartment with me when he didn't need to, but I needed it. So that's the first thing he helped me out with. The second thing he helped me out with was fitness. Let
me tell you one thing. I will never be able to do that. You know why? Because during that time, I'm broke as f too.
You still
I'm also broke as f. So that will be a timeline that I would not change Zeno life because I'm broke as f.
Like 270, like 70, 75 pounds, somewhere around there. I was insanely unhealthy. I was extremely fat. I made a bunch of really bad decisions. I made a bunch of unhealthy decisions for my body because I really, really needed to stream. Anyway, Marlby is a very important person to me. And going back to the original discussion, Final Fantasy changed my life. It gave me a career, and it also made me meet some of my best friends, like Zerv, he's in chat, one of my best friends. Todd, he was in chat. Some of my best friends. Ark, Darwin. Now we're not on speaking terms now.
What about
but Darwin's
me?
still one of my best
He didn't
friends.
mention my name.
Just text me out of the blue and was like, "Hey man, I'm in some shit. I need some help." I would be there 100%. Arthars, my best friend. You know what I'm saying, man? Like I love Arthars. I would do anything for him. You know.
Do you think he will? I don't think he will. I told him to play Guild Wars. He said no. So that's bullshit. He told me to play Terra. I also told him no. So that's bullshit. I don't think we will do everything for one another.
So my point being here, man, is
I don't think he meant literal. No?
fantasy is it's like Final Fantasy to me isn't
Almost
it's not
everything.
A game,
Yeah.
it's not
Almost everything.
a career. It is transcended beyond all of that. It is a way of life. It is a part
definitely
of my life.
not everything.
And I'm going to play that until it's done. The thing is, guys, and maybe some of you that are older in chat, maybe you'll agree with me on this. It's not about how long something will last. It's
That's what she said.
about the time spent and how good it was when it lasted.
That's what she said too.
Anyway, this is what I predict is going to happen. Okay? This is what I predict is going to happen. If I'm wrong, I'll get 50 subs. But if I'm right, chat's going to have to give some subs. Yeah. You will say you are right no matter what. Oh, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. You've been here long enough. You've been here long enough to, you know what? Fuck you. And you know why? Fuck you. Because you've been here for so fucking long.
See, okay, this part I don't understand. Why did he talk about those very wholesome things? But there's nothing to do with the content. I love Zeno. Man, dude, if Zeno is not in chat, I want you guys to clip this to him. Do you guys know the 2 times that an ultimate is being delayed is the 2 times me and him is in the static for ultimate? Whenever me and Zeno do a savage together, and we are like, let's carry this savage group into the ultimate group, the ultimate gets delayed. Eden's Promise was the first time me and Zeno start out a savage static week 1. And then we carry on the momentum, we min-max, we do splits, we get all the gear, we cover all roles, we found the people, we are sitting there for the live letter ready to go, the ultimate got delayed. And then we completely disbanded the static right on the spot. I mean, not disband, like as if like, the static have no more activity right on the spot. This time, I wasn't in his static in week 1, but ended up in his static in week 1 anyway. Clear the fight. We do splits, we get everybody the gear, we lock in the 8 people, we trial people, we are ready to go sitting there with a live letter, the ultimate got delayed. 2 out of 2. We are 2 out of 2 right now. Yeah, we are 2 out of 2 in the same static, ready to do ultimate, and it got delayed. And then the one time that I joined his static without doing savage and we do ultimate, that's ultimate is dog shit. We didn't do savage together. I was parking, right? Because I only go to China Fan Fest, right? I parked the first savage, right? And then after that, a few weeks before the ultimate, FRU, I joined safety helmet, right? And then the FRU, we are 3 out of 3 right now. Whenever me and Zeno do ultimate together, the content is either delayed or
You've been following for almost 2 fucking years. You've been here for a long time, and all you do is talk. All you do is
somebody clip that to Zeno and see whether he agrees. Or maybe we are cursed together. Maybe we are just meant to be good friends, but not meant to play the game together. You know what I mean? Whenever there is a time that we're going to enjoy something together, we are hyped up, we are ready to go, we butter up. You know, I put on suntan lotion on him. We are ready to go to the sun, wearing a Speedo, ready to get ourselves tan if it rains. That's how it feels like.
Look, you're so stupid. You don't even have a profile picture. It's that dumbass default shit, okay? You should rename your Twitch channel to Island Default, okay? You've been here for so long, and you know that if I'm wrong, I will admit to it. So like after all that ranting and looping and let's actually go back. Let's actually look at this. Yeah, so this I completely agree with.
Holy he started the I never even noticed. He started the video reading this, and then he finally came back.
100%. Okay, so then this is Todd's tweet that got like people upset or some shit.
It wasn't even done. That was only part 1. Bro! He hasn't even begun!